So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K25 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another episode of our Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today it's going to be the Phoenix Suns. You guys have been loving these videos so far, at least with the feedback that I have seen, so real big thank you for all the support so far. If this is your first time watching one of these and you have no idea the way these work, basically it is very simple. Before year one kicks off, I'm going to trade away every single player that is currently on the Phoenix Suns roster. Of course, while making these trades, I will have absolutely no say in the players in the trade package we get in return, and by the end of this video, the goal is to win a championship. Of course, throughout that process, no players who are currently on the Suns can come back to this team. So, yeah, maybe that was a little confusing. I hope it wasn't, but these are very simple and very fun videos. Let me know which team you want to see next down below in the comment section. Of course, with any other video ideas, I've been really enjoying the kind of bouncing back and forth between these and the Curry era. And I think tomorrow we're actually going to have our first challenge in a long time. So very excited to get back into those. Any other ideas you guys have, I want to hear them. So let me know down below. But thank you guys for all the support so far throughout this series. I am very much enjoying it. So excited for this one today. Let's get into it. So in real life right now, the Suns have actually had a really good start to this 24-25 campaign. Now, unfortunately here in today's video, in this reality that we're working with, we are not going to be able to use any of the players that have obviously gotten the Suns off to a really good start. So we're going to have to trade away KD, Booker, Beal, literally every single player on this roster. So Kevin Durant's 36. He's still one of the best players in the world. And yeah, he's a 95 overall. So let's just see some of the trade offers we're going to get. Honestly, 10 for a player who is a 95-ish overall is not bad. Typically for guys that are this good, it's only like 1, 2, or 3. So I can work with 10. Some of these are obviously going to be better than others. I'm not really going to love the return no matter what, because we're not going to get Giannis or Jokic or Embiid or LeBron or any of those guys, but let's just hope we can get a decent enough player. The eyes are closed. We'll scroll through all 10 of these, and I am just hoping and praying it is going to be a good one. So we'll stop right about now, and it is going to be Karl Anthony Towns and a first-round pick from the New York Knicks. Oh, baby. I'm just looking through some of these. Oh, Chet Holmgren I would have loved. Randall would not have been my favorite. That wouldn't have been great. All right, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns certainly isn't, on par in terms of talent with Kevin Durant, but you know what? At least we're getting a decent player in return. Cat's had a really good start to this season as well. All right, Devin Booker is going to be up next. One of the best shooting guards in the world. One of the best, maybe 10, 12, 15 players in all of basketball as well. So, list for D-Book. Let's hope it lands me on a good one right about now. And it is Pascal Siakam and TJ McConnell for Devin Booker and Damian Lee. Oh, man. I mean, again, there's the... Oh, wow. I actually would have lost my damn mind if that was the return or this one. All right. I mean, it's not the worst out of all of them, but it's, again, just not my favorite. So, Pascal Siakam, welcome to the team. I guess we have our new front court set with Towns and Siakam, but slowly but surely going to make our way through this list. We're going to do Bradley Beal, $50 million. I don't know. I wonder if the Suns kind of regret that deal, that trade they made with the Wizards. I don't know if they do. It's just tough because Beal, obviously, no trade clause, making a lot of money. Stop. And he's going to, oh, good Lord. Contavious Caldwell-Pope and Jonathan Isaac. I guess, I mean, two good defensive pieces obviously can space the floor a little bit, but just no. All right, we're going to do Tyus Jones and Yusuf Nurkic next. When you get a little bit lower on the list, it just expedites the process when you double up some of these guys. So these two are going to be next. I think I saw 25 trade offers for these two players, so we'll stop right now. And we're actually going to go one to the left this time. And that is Chris Paul and Trey Jones, or it would have been Isaiah Joe and Kenrich Williams. Honestly, it's not great because Chris Paul probably going to retire after the season. If not, he is expiring. I don't know if we'll bring him back, but bringing CP3 back to Phoenix is pretty fun. So that deal done there with the San Antonio Spurs. Making our way through this list right now. I think next is going to be up Royce O'Neal. Do him and Mason Plumlee, two veteran 30-plus-year-old players. So hopefully just getting some nice role players in return is all I can really ask for at this point. We kind of missed out on the star power, so right now. And it is Max Strus and Georges Niang, and they actually threw a Kogi in there as well, which is fine. Strus, obviously a guy that can space the floor a little bit. He's an impactful player. So slowly but surely making our way down this list. Grayson Allen, we will do him. And I guess Ryan Dunn, who's just been absolutely fantastic for the Phoenix this year. Just unbelievable rookie campaign for him so far. All right, let's see what we're working with here. And stop. And it is Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams from the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, I guess I can work with it. All right, I think we've gotten a lot of the big names out of the way. Isaiah Joe, Jonathan Isaac, Max Strus, Monte Morris. We'll do him in Bull after this. And then I think, actually, Oso might be the final player because I don't trade the two-way guys. So let's just do the three of them, 7 offers, whatever. Fuck it. And then our final deal is going to come with the Sacramento Kings, Keon Ellis, Jordan McLaughlin. We have a lot of guard depth on this team right now. I am slowly but surely noticing that. Okay, I think we have officially moved on from pretty much everybody, not pretty much, from everybody that was on this team to kind of kick things off. So, of course, one of the other rules we always set in stone for ourselves is that we actually can't make any other moves after this, just kind of adding another element of the rebuild challenge part of this, if you will. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd take the Phoenix Suns' actual roster 10 times out of 10 over what we're working with here. But, you know what? We got a little bit more depth. We're going to move around some positions right now. I'll see you guys at the rotation. Okay, we switched around a couple positions, we finalized the rotation, and we're getting ready to go here for our first season in Phoenix. Now, something I want to note, just because I'm sure a lot of you do know this, but in case there's a few of you that do not, when we do these rebuilds, I do not turn off previously traded draft picks. So every single pick that the Suns traded in real life for Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, whoever it may be, I still don't have those picks, or we have the swaps, or whatever it is. Just want to put that out there, because some people always wonder, say, hey, why don't you have your draft pick? Because the fucking Suns actually traded it in the first place. Let's get into it. It is going to be Chris Paul, Isaiah Joe, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We moved him to the 3. There is so much guard depth on this team right now. It's almost unfortunate I can't trade away somebody else, but it is what it is. And then no surprise here in the front court with Siakam and Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, the bench unit's pretty deep. I'll actually, take something away from the team that we've constructed here. TJ McConnell going to be my 6-man, really solid backup point guard option for us. Got Max Strus here as the backup small forward. Jonathan Isaac, Keon Ellis, and then Jalen Williams rounding it out. So it sucks because I don't need a third point guard. So Trey Jones, who is going to be a free agent this offseason, is just unfortunately not in the rotation. Definitely deserves to be, certainly good enough, but I just don't need a third point guard. So somebody fouls out or we need something to spice things up. I'm sure Jones will see the floor, but as of now, he is going to be entering a contract offseason where he's not going to actually be in the rotation, and geriatric Chris Paul is. So, of course, all of this under Mike Budenholzer. And, yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about this team. I think there's a possibility we're fighting for a playoff spot, but the Western Conference is really good, and we are not as good as the Suns actually were. So, I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. All right, we wrap up year 1 with a record of 43-39. We're pretty mid in a conference as good as the West. I don't think we can actually consider ourselves a serious playoff threat, but we'll find that out in a minute. Luka Doncic averages a 33-point triple-double, and he was almost 50-40-90. You just got to get the free throws up. Reza Shea, your rookie of the year. Russell Westbrook off the bench there in Denver. He certainly had some ups and some downs with Denver. I believe I saw a stat, and maybe this is wrong. Don't hold me to this, but every game that he's started for Denver, they've won. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wemby is your D-boy. Men Thompson wins most improved. Cade Cunningham, your clutch player of the year, and 72-10 in Minnesota. My God, look, don't get me wrong, Timberwolves are good. Anthony Edwards, absolutely fantastic. The way this game just glazes the shit out of the Timberwolves. Oh wait, I traded them Kevin Durant. That makes a little bit more sense now. Okay, let me just bite my tongue there for a minute. Here is a look at the Western Conference. We do avoid the play-in, which of course is good news. We're going to be taking on the Thunder in round 1, which certainly not my favorite matchup. Okay, let's go over some of the season stats for us. The points per game, led by Towns, Siakam, Isaiah Joe as our third option, McConnell, Chris Paul, Strus, KCP, Isaac Williams, and then Ellis. Rebounding department going to be led by Siakam, and then assists going to be Chris Paul. So we're in the playoffs, which I guess is good news. I don't think we have really any chance whatsoever here against the Thunder. Of course, they have our old friend Grayson Allen, but I will give it a go, and here goes nothing. Drop game 1 on the road, do win game 2, go down 2-1, tie it up at 2, go down 3-2, force game 7, and then lose game 7. You know what? We showed a little fight. I wouldn't say there was really any chance that, oh my God, that we were better than the Thunder, so I'll live with that result. All right, it is time for the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson getting it done. They take down Kevin, or no, did I not trade KD here? Wait a minute. Yes, I did. Wait a minute. Karl-Anthony Towns is on the Knicks. It is Monday. Please forgive me. I'm losing my fucking mind on Monday. Just forget all that just happened. All right, let's go ahead and get into the offseason. Chris Paul actually not calling it a career, which is maybe a bit of a surprise. LeBron going to be entering the Hall of Fame. Another, surprise, surprise. Let's take a look at the draft lottery. I'm all over the fucking place, and it is Monday. That Wizards pick, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be protected, and it goes to number 1, which is fine. Let's approach staff signing. Budenholzer's done a pretty good job with the Suns in real life so far throughout his short tenure there, but I have no reason to move on from him, even if we had an early playoff exit, considering this roster. So let's see what we're working with here. We do not have any draft picks this year. We only have 2 picks to actually move in terms of future assets. So that's kind of the part that kind of gets you in these rebuilds. Every pick that the Suns have actually traded, I still don't get it. So all these guys who are actually two-way players for the Suns obviously not going to be qualified because they're not on the team. and cannot be. So Trey Jones is somebody I am going to re-sign. Chris Paul is in free agency. I don't know if the game's going to let me bring him back. It does not look like it is. So, I mean, at this point, he's 40. He wants insane money. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to let him go. Not that I really have much of a choice, but Trey Jones either going to be in the rotation now or something else, but we'll figure that out. So we are definitely going to be making some trades. I just do not know exactly which trades yet. I'm not entirely sure why the Houston Rockets are willing to offer me Amen Thompson for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Jordan McLaughlin, but if they are willing to do it, then so am I. KCP is a nice role player to have on this team, but at the end of the day, he's 32 years old. He's making 20. I am not really sure why the Houston Rockets are willing to do this trade. Obviously, Amen Thompson is only 22 years old. He's an 80 overall and is going to likely be at least an 83 by the time next season kicks off. Now, I don't want to downplay KCP because he's a good, impactful role player for this team, but ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, he's 10 years older than Thompson, making $21.5 million. This is kind of a no-brainer in terms of the assets we have to work with. So I don't know if Thompson will be playing the 2 or the 3, but that is one trade down, and it's a very good one in my opinion. It is rare that I do this and do really anything remotely even close to this, but I need some help with this team. We do not have a lot of star power. There's not a ton of scoring outside of our top 2, and I think Miles Bridges would be a clear-cut upgrade at our small forward spot. So, yep, doesn't change my opinion about him. I still think he's a piece of shit, but in this video, in this scenario, I need some help. And ultimately, if Jonathan Isaac and Georges Niang lands me Miles Bridges, then so be it. Probably not going to be here for the rest of the video, but for one season, as a plug-and-play small forward, I can work with it. We are pretty low in the draft capital department right now. Keon Ellis, nice role player, certainly could have been an impactful piece with this team, but ultimately, as an expiring contract and kind of out of the rotation right now, I'm almost always going to take the draft picks instead. So it sucks giving up Ellis. I would have liked to have kept him here, but 2 first-round picks from the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm pretty much doing that one every single time. So this is what we're working with heading into year 2, especially at the point guard spot. Certainly a little bit of a question mark. McConnell and Jones are both good NBA players. There's nothing wrong with them. Neither of them are stars or anything like that. And honestly, I don't know who's going to start next season. It'll probably be Jones just because I know McConnell's going to regress a little bit, but just something to keep an eye on as this is maybe one of our weaker positions as of now. Now, the shooting guard spot's going to be Thompson, Isaiah Joe. Obviously, we brought in Miles Bridges, and then Max Strus going to remain off the bench. And the power forward spot, we'll find ourselves a backup, and then Townsend Williams. I'm still pretty comfortable there. So let's look at the power forward options here. You got Guerschon Yabusele sitting here, only 29 years old, and as one of the younger options. Fuck it, why not? Let's bring the Dancing Bear here to Phoenix. Hopefully he's interested in a 2-year, roughly $11 million deal. He is. Welcome to the team. Impactful player. Could be a nice rotation piece for us. And just like that, I think we've made the adjustments in pretty much the best possible way that we could, given the assets and the talent, I guess you will, that we had available to us. So I'm working with it for now. It is not exactly a sure thing, but hopefully we're back in the playoff mix next year. I'll see you guys at the rotation. I'm not really sure what to expect with this group. Now, I've done everything I think so far in a pretty good manner to set ourselves up for success in year 3, right? I'm not saying we're going to be a top 3 seed in the West this season, but I think this team could be a little bit dangerous. That's my opinion anyways. The game is suggesting that I start TJ McConnell, so I'm going to work with that. His overall only went down, I think, 1 or 2, and then Jones is the same overall off the bench, so might as well just go with what 2K suggests. You got Thompson next to him here at the shooting guard spot. He's up to an 84. Bridges at the 3, Siakam, and then Towns rounding out the starting 5. Bench unit's still pretty good. A lot of depth here. You got Isaiah Joe, Trey Jones, Max Strus, Jalen Williams, and Guerschon Yabusele. So, you know, it's not terrible. I can certainly work with this, and I think there's a possibility that, you know, maybe top 5 seed, something like that, if everything goes according to plan. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Now, there was certainly some improvement here in year 2, but it was very marginal to say the least. This year finishing with 45 wins. A season ago, it was 43. So, you know, it's the right direction. It's just a very small step in what needs to be a very big step by the time this video is over. Now, Luka Doncic, another MVP. Cooper Flagg is a member of the Charlotte Hornets. He wins Rookie of the Year. Mark Williams, 6th man. Wemby wins Depoy. Alex Sarr, Most Improved. Giannis, Clutch Player of the Year, and 65 wins. Gives Jason Kidd and Dallas Mavericks a Coach of the Year award and a 1 seed here in the Western Conference. So we're the 5 seed. I mean, we said potentially top 5 would be nice, and we are in here. It is a matchup with Denver in round 1. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the numbers real quick on the season. Scoring certainly looked like it spread out a little bit more. You got Towns, Siakam, Bridges, Thompson, McConnell, Joe, Strus, Jones, Williams, and Yabusele. Rebounds, we were led by Thompson, and then assists going to be McConnell. So Denver, not my favorite first-round matchup. Jordan Poole now here instead of Jamal Murray. Okay. Not really sure why that was the move, but it was, and okay. Round 1 against Denver. Split the first 2 on the road. Win game 3 on our home floor. Lose game 4. We go down 3-2, And Game 7 for the second year in a row. And we lose for the second year in a row. All right, it is time for some pretty drastic changes. We kind of all probably expected those coming in to this offseason. Dallas wins it all. Luka, your finals MVP. But, you know, I can't sit here in good faith and say we're close because we're just not. We haven't won a playoff series yet. So there are going to be some big moves. I like a lot of the guys in this team. So I'm not such a big fan of Chris Paul calling it a career, but it is... it's just time. we gotta do some things here. So Russ, CP3 calling it a career. Draft lottery time. Now, I will let you know that the Wizards pick is top 8 protected. I'm going to, you know, honor the protections, even if 2K is too fucking stupid to figure it out. So it's projected 14 right now. We'll probably get the pick, and we do just that. So we will have that Wizards pick. Maybe should have traded it. Mike Budenholzer is going to be staying on as our head coach, even though I think maybe that seat heats up a little bit. All right, NBA draft time, 14 and 25. Couple different things we can obviously do here. Part of me says maybe draft somebody, get a nice rotation piece for, you know, 7th, 8th man, something like that. But another part of me says, well, you don't have a lot of future assets, so maybe go ahead and include it in a trade. So let me figure out what I want to do. We're making an offer to the New Orleans Pelicans right now and seeing if they're willing to maybe trade us DeJounte Murray. He'd be a clear-cut upgrade in this backcourt, whether he's playing the 1 or the 2. We will sort that out eventually. But Max Strus, CJ McConnell, both guys who are, you know, going to regress heading into the final regular season. And then the 2 first-round picks we do have right now kind of just got to be in the trade. So I didn't think they were going to take that straight up. There is not a lot I'm working with here in terms of other assets. So I mean, I guess I'd rather trade Yabusele than the draft pick, and they agree to it. All right, you know what? Not my favorite deal in the world, but again, adding a guy like DeJounte Murray who can give you 20 a game is pretty well-rounded in terms of his game. I'm certainly going to take that. So not going to be drafting anybody this year. Fine by me. We're going to bring back Thompson, obviously, and then qualifying offers, not a lot there. And free agents, also not a lot there. So I will pay Jalen Williams. I think he is worth the contract, decent enough backup center. And we are going to now look for some other moves because we are not even close to a finished product. Okay, we just made a trade with the Nets, and I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I want to say overpay, but it was pretty much everything we have in terms of assets right now. So we picked up Cam Thomas. He's obviously going to give us a little bit more scoring. We'll move him and Thompson to the 3. And I didn't want to include Isaiah Joe. That was the part that was kind of holding me up because he was a really good bench piece for us. But I need a little bit more star power if I want to even have a remote chance of winning a championship heading into our final season. So as things currently stand, I have 2 bench players, Trey Jones and Jalen Williams. And that is obviously not nearly enough. And considering the options that are here in free agency, I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you people. So let's just kind of slowly but surely go through this list. I think Lindy Waters makes some sense just because at 28 years old, he's certainly not washed or anything like that. So let's offer him a contract. He accepts that. And then now it's going to be pretty slim pickings here in terms of what we have to work with. So honestly, Matisse Thybulle, good defense off the bench. I could work with it. Not my favorite option. And then finally the power forward spot. Oh boy. Yeah, this is tough. This is not a great list. Does Fontecchio actually... Really? Wait, what? That was weird. If he actually might stay the same at the power forward spot, I think. Hopefully. Anyways. If not, I'll figure out some of the start of next season, but I think he goes down 1. Not the end of the world. All right, this bench, especially the bottom end of it, is going to stink, but at least we have some more star power, some more scoring, and it gives us at least a possibility at winning next season. So, see you guys at the rotation. You can be pissed about it if you want, but I'm not heading into a make-or-break season without the best possible team going forward. Max Strus is being offered to us by the Cavs for whatever reason. He is going to take over the small forward spot, and then Matisse Thybulle probably just going to be on his way out, him and Champagnie. I don't know. I need some sort of power forward here. Again, I'm not trying to get some sort of superstar or something like that, but just a little bit better here at this spot. Tristan da Silva, beautiful. Let's set the rotation. I'm very interested to see how this third and final season for us here in Phoenix goes, because we've obviously, made a lot of major changes, right? 2 first-round exits in a Game 7 is certainly going to require me to do that, but it still doesn't feel like we have enough. There's a lot of really good players in this starting 5 especially, but there's just not that star power there that you crave. And that's not me saying that, any of these guys are bums or anything like that. They're just not superstars, and those are pretty important for winning championships. So maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe this team clicks and glues really well, but I'm not going to lie to you. It's not great, in my opinion. DeJounte Murray, Cam Thomas, Amen Thompson, Pascal Siakam, and Karl-Anthony Towns, your 1 through 5. Bench unit will be led by Max Strus, who we just got back, of course. Was gone and traded, and now just kind of is back. You got a Trey Jones here, Jalen Williams, Tristan da Silva, Lindy Waters III. So I'm nervous. I mean, the bench is maybe a little better than what I kind of thought it was going to be, but I just still don't think we're quite there. But who knows? Maybe things will go well for us. I don't know. See you guys at the end of year 2. All right, stop me if you heard this one before, but Luka Doncic wins an MVP. Yep, that's his third straight. More importantly, we have our best season yet, and maybe I was wrong about this team because 64-18 is going to be the final record here. I don't know. You tell me. Am I cutting this team short in terms of, I guess, expectations? I just didn't really see it, but 2K does apparently. Cameron Boozer runs Rookie of the Year. Jay Nivey now coming off the bench in Charlotte. Interesting. Wemby wins another DPOY. Drake Powell, Most Improved. Paolo Banchero, Clutch Player of the Year. And Budenholzer wins Coach of the Year for us. So, I want to be confident after a great regular season, but part of me says, playoff time's completely different basketball. I just don't know if we quite have the star power, but we'll find out. Scoring is obviously very well spread out with Cam Thomas leading the charge. Everybody else kind of filling their role, doing their jobs. Rebound led by Thompson. Assists also going to be Mr. Thompson. So, us in Houston here in round one. Reed Shepard, Jalen Green, Whitmore, Jabari, Alperen Şengün, Isaiah Jackson. Yeah, they're pretty good. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So split the first two on our home floor. Do win game 3 and game 4, and we close them out in 5. A quick gentleman's sweep. Now moving on to the Timberwolves, who I did not trade Kevin Durant to. Let's just all remember that fluster. I've had Dalton Connect off the bench. And Aaron Wiggins. Not bad. All right, what's going to happen here in round 2 against Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves? Lose first 2 at home. Win the next 2 on the road. Win game 3. Go to game 7. Win game 7. Okay, pleasant surprise. And now it is us and the Golden State Warriors here, who, I imagine Steph Curry's doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this team at basically 40 years old. That's insane. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. Western Conference Finals, up 3-0, and, really? No. 2K. Thank you. Thompson is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Josh Giddey. Oh my God. What the hell? Are we getting a little lucky today in terms of the matchups? I mean, I don't want to discredit the Bulls, but really? Really? 2K? We're not serious right now, right? You're not fucking... Are you kidding me? There's no way. There's absolutely zero fucking way that I'm losing to that Bulls team. Thank you. All right, we're going to win this one. We're heading back to Phoenix. Well, that was actually a little closer there. All right, we're heading back to Phoenix for Game 7. It is do or die, and you want to come out and start like that, right? That's, nope, not the way I want to do it. Oh, my God. We're not serious right now, right? Are you fucking kidding me? Who the hell is putting up these kind of numbers for the Bulls? I mean, what in the world? What is this? This is... Are you fucking kidding me, DeJounte Murray? A negative third... Oh my God, I need this to end. What the fuck was that? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that was the one team I was almost 100% confident we were going to beat. I mean, am I missing something here about this Bulls team? There are nice pieces here. I do not want to get ahead of myself, but what am I missing? I mean, they're deep. I'll give them that. But, like, what the fuck is this? Who is, like, no disrespect, but if Josh Giddey is your best player, you should not be winning championship. You know what? Video's over. Video's over. That was as disappointing as it gets in terms of an ending. You know, we got close, but not good enough. So, unfortunately, you don't win them all, and I guess this one was certainly one of those cases. So, yeah, you know, just disappointing. I mean, we got obviously really, really close, and we were a good squad. We just, I guess, weren't better than Josh Giddey and the Funky Bunch over there in Chicago. So, that's going to wrap this one up. I enjoyed it. I thought we put together a pretty competitive product, especially in year 3, but good, not great. That's the moral of the story. So, that's it for me. Let me know any other rebuild ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.